Okay, here is my point. I'm here this morning, early in the morning. In a little while, I have to change my infusion set right here. I already have everything ready. I'm not going to do that on video. I'm just going to make this video and then do that. But I want to talk about reality. Not about what is reality or what makes up reality or whatever, but about the fact that sometimes we can make a mistake. A mistake of mistaking our judgment about reality for reality itself. You know, people can make a judgment that when they're facing a problem, as I am facing many problems in my life right now, as I'm always facing problems, if we all are, to take a positive attitude toward it or to take a negative attitude. We make a choice. And just like I said on the other video, the previous video about responsibility, you're responsible for your choices. Now, many times you don't know. No, not many times. You don't know the consequences. You may feel fairly certain about a consequence of a certain action, but you don't know. You make a judgment. I think the best thing to do is to have a positive attitude. You know, in my job, there's this thing where we're facing possibilities of layoffs and stuff. And I've been with that company for so many years, and I only needed one more year to qualify for benefits. And I could be just cut like that. I can make a judgment to be positive. And what that means to me is to think and visualize myself somehow a year from now doing just fine. Or I can think, oh, all is lost. It's terrible. Oh, this is a terrible situation. Then I start thinking other things. Then I start to deteriorate because I won't take as good care of myself, because I don't see a future. I can make that choice. But you know, whatever I choose and whatever I visualize, that's not reality. That's just a judgment that I'm making and a course of action I'm choosing to take. Any judgments that you make about reality don't affect reality. You know, there are some things which are judgments about reality and not really reality. You know, we may look at a person and we judge that person to be beautiful. Or we may look at somebody and judge a person to be ugly. I would argue that beauty and ugly aren't what people are, but what we judge people to be. And it's a difference. It's a big difference. Sometimes we think that if we judge something a certain way, we can actually alter reality. You know, that's what they call magic thinking. I'm not into magic thinking. But there is a kind of magic to thinking. A lot of times I've done things because I had a positive attitude and I stuck to something instead of giving up on it. You know, I wanted to learn different things. I wanted to accomplish certain things. And I stuck to the attitude that I could do this, and I kept doing it. I didn't waver. I just kept moving forward. And I eventually accomplished my goals. Now, the only reason why I did that was because I stuck to it. I stuck to what I had decided. I made a choice. I made a decision. I made a judgment. And I stuck to it. Sticking to what you judge doesn't alter reality in the sense of creating some sort of alteration in the very fabric of reality. That doesn't happen. You know, a few years ago, I remember I wanted to go to Scotland. And I thought, I want to go. I'm going to go. I just made up my mind I was going to do it. I made that judgment. I made that decision. And I started doing everything toward making that happen. And within a few months, I was on a plane headed to Edinburgh, Scotland. If I was someone who had a lot of doubt, I never would have did that. I wound up doing what I wanted, and I had a great experience. And I could come up with examples forever about that. But I do things like that. I make a decision. and I follow it. But I also understand that I don't alter reality. I'm not changing reality. Making a judgment about something doesn't change reality. You judge someone to be ugly. You don't make them ugly. You judge someone to be beautiful. You don't make them beautiful. Except in your mind. You only do that in your mind. But that's a powerful thing. You know, if you change what's going on in your mind, you can change what's going on in your life. So it's kind of a paradox in a way. In a way, you do change reality. And in a way, you don't. It's just something to think about. There is a power to positive thinking. Just something to think about.